Social media is the new frontier when it comes to digital marketing. And the social media giant Twitter seems determined to cash in on this very opportunity. How, you might ask? Well, for starters, it has released the Twitter Ad API, a tool that allows third-party marketers to advertise on Twitter on a scale they were not able to earlier. Nikhil Sivadas tells you how this tool will transform advertising on Twitter and how it is expected to turn around the fortunes of the company.
With 500 million users and over 200 million tweets, Twitter has undoubtedly been favorited by brands large and small. And Twitter has made the reasons for advertising on it even more compelling by launching their Ads API or Application Programming Interface. A simple bit of software that will enable focused scale, something all marketers have been demanding for, especially on social media. So how big a game changer will this prove to be for Twitter, who's been trying hard to up its revenues as well as take on social media giant Facebook?
It's almost certain that Twitter is gearing up to do an IPO at some point in the future. The very earliest it would occur is in the fourth quarter of this year. Some analysts think the IPO will occur in 2014. And obviously to make that IPO successful, it has to demonstrate a really robust revenue stream. And right now, almost 100% of Twitter's revenues come from advertising.
With its Ads API, Twitter is treading the same path as Facebook did and is betting big on this software to transform the company's revenue model. Let's flash back and take a look at how the API changed Facebook's fortunes. Facebook saw its revenues more than double from $1.9 billion in 2010 to $5 billion in 2012 after releasing its version of the Ads API. And Twitter is hoping for similar gains. But how does the Ads API function and how will this change the lives of marketers?
The big improvement is that they're basically opening up the API for other developers to go ahead and write their own tools around it. So it's not necessarily what Twitter is providing in terms of their analytics, but the analytics that companies like Adobe are going to provide, which will be layered on top of Twitter services, and that's where things are going to get very powerful. The sorts of targeting that advertisers are really going to want to use, and the sort of metrics that they're going to want to pull out of that are going to be added on by these API services that Twitter is now exposing. So it's not really so much that Twitter itself is providing these tools, it's that these other companies are going to be able to provide these tools, which will make these ad campaigns be much more focused and much more effective.
This ability to plug existing ad management software into Twitter through the Ads API has only been shared with 5 preferred partners. These are the digital developers Adobe, TVG Digital, Shift, Salesforce, and Hootsuite. Through them, brands can now upload multiple ad campaigns onto Twitter, create more focused and targeted ads, and integrate Twitter advertising into their broader advertising campaigns. That's a big deal, especially when you consider that earlier brands could only upload one ad at a time, and they had to do it through Twitter itself and not using their own marketing agencies or ad management platforms. But that's not all. Opening up their Ad API to third-party developers also ensures that these select partners will now create new technologies that will open up new avenues designed around Twitter.
We recently launched or are about to launch Canada Live, for example, which allows us to tap into TV scheduling. Twitter is a big real-time platform. So the beauty of it is that a lot of people now are watching TV and using the second screen. So this year will be huge for the second screen. So people are actually on Twitter whilst they're watching TV. They're commenting during TV programs. They're commenting on TV ads. So brands can really tap into this now and basically enhance the power of their TV advertisers.
I think the folks that are marketers that are going to benefit most from this in the near term will be large global brand marketers who are looking to drive more relevant interactions on the Twitter platform. Twitter ads tend to be fairly well appreciated by the audience to begin with. So an increase in relevance for those advertisements, I think, will have a very significant, immediately measurable impact for global brand advertisers.
The Ads API is still being tested, but initial results indicate impressive numbers with relation to cost reduction and reach.
We've been able to bring down the cost per follow by 60%, which in absolute terms is a $2 saving on every cost per follow. Now, prior to the Twitter API actually kicking in via the campaign, we were acquiring about 2,000 users a day or 2,000 followers a day on the Adobe Marketing Cloud Twitter channel via no paid media, right? Today, that number has gone up to about an average of 400 followers per day with the integration that we have with the Twitter API into the Adobe Media Optimizer platform.
The Ads API model will use the 5 appointed partners to reach out to clients, and getting on board would mean shelling out close to 10 to 15% of a brand's digital ad spend. So far, brands that Brand Equity has spoken to about the Ads API have been cautiously optimistic. Optimistic because they see it as an effective advertising platform, and cautious because too many brands have burned their fingers trying out mediums they didn't completely understand.